Hello, friends. I'm Pilin Anice, Ailey Extension instructor, Mirror trainer, and Lululemon ambassador. And this is Trainer of the Month Club with Well+Good. Today, we're going to get into a quick flow that's going to ground us, give us a sense of presence, and connect us to our breath. Let's get started. So we're going to get started in Sukhasana easy pose or a seated position of your choice. So go ahead and take a moment to shift your weight side to side to really get grounded through your sits bones. Take a moment here to draw your shoulders up to the ears on an inhalation, and then we'll exhale to let those shoulders soften down. Let's take that twice more. Deep breath in for shoulders to lift up to the ears, hug them up tight, and then exhale with a deep breath through the mouth, let it go. One more time like that. Breathing in, shoulders lift to ears. And then exhale, we'll let them glide down the back. And maybe you close your eyes here or take a soft gaze. And as we start to allow our attention to draw inward, we'll immediately just connect into the flow of the breath. So I invite you to allow your next inhalation to be full and deep into the lowest parts of the belly. And then exhale, squeezing empty, letting go. The next breath in, we'll let that breath travel into the lowest parts of the belly and then expand up into the rib cage. So filling up a little further through the torso. And then again, friends, exhale, emptying out, drawing the belly in, letting go. And this next breath will take the inhale into the lowest parts of the belly, and then the breath will expand upwards into the rib cage and into the chest this time. Feel that full expansion. And then exhale again, friends. We'll squeeze empty, releasing. And we'll take a few more cycles of this deep, full breath called Dirga Pranayama, or 3-part breath. So we breathe into the rib cage, the low belly, the chest, and then we let go. So feeling into the 3-dimensional quality of the breath. Feeling breath enter through the front, side, the back of the body, and then let go. And then on that next inhalation, allow your arms to travel upwards towards the sky. So fingertips reach up. And then exhale, again, pressing the arms down. Do that a few more times. So starting here to invite this connection of breath and movement. As the fingertips reach up through the heavens, you feel this, again, expansion through the entire torso, and then letting go. And the next time that the arms release overhead, we'll bring the right arm down to the earth. The left arm will stay overhead, and we'll just explore a little side body here. As you settle into this stretch, anchoring down through your left sits bone, see if you can invite a little breath or movement into maybe the wrist or the elbow. So let this practice be an exploration of, again, breath and body syncing together. The next inhale will travel us back through center, and then we'll exhale, take it over to the other side. Left hand arrives to the earth, anchor down through your right seat. As that right arm sweeps overhead, explore breath and movement here. A little wiggle through the fingers, the circling of the wrists, maybe movement in the head. Letting breath, allowing it to take you maybe a little deeper. And then we'll come right back up through center. Inhale. So breathing in, lengthening out of the waist, we'll take a twist over to the right. So let the left hand arrive to the left knee. Soften through your shoulders, right hand just resting on the earth behind you. Think here again, my friends, of creating length through your spine. Finding that deep 3-part breath in the twist. Noticing where you feel spaced. And then we'll bring it back through center, inhale. And then exhale, take it to the other side. So take that twist over to the left. Again, left hand arrives, pressing into the earth, and we'll soften through our shoulders, creating this beautiful broadening through the collarbones. As the belly button draws in, see if you can grow a little taller through your spine. And then bringing it back through center, inhaling. And then we'll exhale here to allow the hands to come back behind. We'll bring our fingertips away from our body. Plant your palms and then release your feet so that they are a little wider, about as wide as your mat, a little wider than your hips. You can stretch through your arms, feel a nice lift through your chest here, and we'll start to windshield wiper the knees side to side. And make sure that as those windshield wipers are floating right and left, there's some space. So windshield wipers, they don't ever touch, right? So they are kind of passing each other. And here we're getting to some nice opening through our hip. And just as before, friends, can you allow your breath and this movement to be in sync so that the breath is what animates the body? And then the next time that those knees float over to the right, we'll hold them there and then invite your left leg to go long as we find Jana Sukhasana. Take a moment to shift side to side so that the sits bones are nice and planted on the earth. You can bring that right foot to the inside of that left leg a little higher, if that feels good. And then let's take a breath in to find that length through your spine, and then exhale. Think of sternum reaching forward towards the gently flexed left foot. Hands might arrive to the foot, to the shin or the ankle, the knee. Wherever you come to rest is perfect. Just think of drawing your belly in and creating space through low back. Also noticing a sensation and stretch in the hamstring on the left. Let the exhale create release through your chest, softening through your jaw, allowing your weight to sink towards the earth, grounding and holding you. And then staying in this folded position, we'll let our left arm come to the inside of our left leg and then invite your right arm to sweep alongside the ear. So we find that side body stretch once again. Again, anchoring down through your right seat, stretching up and over to the side. Breathing in. And then as you exhale, gently turn your body down to the right. And we're going to sweep our chest over to the side, plant through your right hand, and then lift through your left hip as your left arm sweeps overhead. And then we're going to find a nice little motion here, coming back towards the foot with the right hand, and then let the body drape forward as you sweep back up. And we'll take this a few more cycles. And maybe it feels good to allow this movement to get a little bigger, pressing into the right hand and lifting through your hips. That's it. Planting right hand, pressing through the right shin bone. And just notice how the body opens with each breath. This fluid movement, sinking breath. Maybe you find it feels good to linger, to sustain here with the chest open, draping the body back, only to release with the breath. One more. Beautiful. And the next time that you come towards the left leg, let the right arm reach you back up. And then we'll exhale, press the hands back behind you and gently slide that left foot back in. And we're back into those windshield wipers, just keeping this movement going in our body. So this current of breath propelling the legs, the hips, and let there be freedom here in your body. And this time, friends, we'll hold over to the left. So left leg in this kind of externally rotation, and then we'll extend our right leg long, bring the sole of the left foot upwards to the inside of the right thigh. And then we'll find that space, inhaling to lengthen out of the waist, and then exhale to fold. Again, let the hands arrive and come to rest wherever is comfortable for your body. Finding a level of stretch that feels appropriate in this moment as you draw your belly in, using that exhale to maybe melt a little deeper. See what's there. As we think about grounding, it's this opportunity to let whatever is kind of up, moving, mobile in our bodies to begin to settle. So that might be thoughts, that might be energies that you're holding on to. So let each breath that you take be an invitation to soften more, to release more, to ground more. And we'll shift here to that side body stretch. So let your right arm come to the inside of your right leg and maybe anchor down through your palm, and let that left arm begin to sweep up. And as the arm lifts, the shoulder, the elbow, everything follows as your heart shines up towards the sky. Anchor through your left sits bone to create this glorious side body stretch. Continuing to let breath flow into belly, rib cage, and chest. Perfect. And again, friends, we'll exhale, let your left shoulder begin to draw down, and we'll sweep the torso across, grounding through your left hand behind you, pressing into your left shin, left hand as you lift your hips, and exhale, come back down. Sweeping across. We'll do this a few more times. And again, this can grow and flourish in whatever way feels nice in your body. This is an opportunity to explore, to feel, building awareness of body, breath connection. Maybe you find the hips want to move. And you also can start to notice how the heat begins to build in the body as we move here and we lift. Letting each repetition create an opportunity to discover more space. As the chest flourishes, as the shoulders open. And again, there's an opportunity to linger in whatever shape that we pass through here. We'll do that one more time. Letting that left arm sweep back towards the right foot. We'll let it carry us all the way back up through center. Exhale, the hands press back behind you as you free your left foot. We'll plant both feet, bringing them about hip distance now. Again, roll your shoulders down and back. Create this opening across your chest. And we're going to find tabletop here, reverse table. So breathing in, press into feet, press into hands to lift your hips. Allow your tailbone to press between that space in between your knees. And then exhale. Again, my friends, we flow back to the earth. Again, ground through feet, plant through the palms as you lift your hips up and away. And then exhale, lower back down. Take that a few more times. Again, breath and movement, animating body. Notice where your head naturally wants to flow here. Sometimes it's nice to let it reach back. You might keep the chin towards the chest if you feel more supported. But again, let this feel good in your body. Starting to activate and warm, building a little heat on the earth. A little fire starts to brew. This next time that we lift, my friends, we're going to sustain here for a few. So really press through the arms, lift through your sternum, press your hips high, reaching long through your tailbone, press through your feet, engaging through inner thighs. Again, breathing into low belly, rib cage, and chest. Feel the fullness, feel the energy, the aliveness that activates in your body with each breath. And then slowly, we'll let it lower down. So that wave ends, we'll let those hips come back towards the earth, and then gently cross at the ankles and allow your chest to just melt forward. Let the head go right and left. Let's take a deep breath in here. Exhale, let that go. And from here, friends, we're going to roll over our shins to find hands and knees. So we're going to spread our fingers nice and wide. Wrists creases are parallel to the top of the mat. The knees are under the hips. And as we get into this position, it might be nice to take a little movement through our hips, a little circle, a little barrel of the spine. No right or wrong. Just do what feels good in your body. So we've already started to awaken prana, or that life force energy within. And you might notice that there's a place that kind of needs that energy to start to flow. Beautiful. From here, as we ground through our palms and find stillness, tone your belly, and we'll extend our right leg back behind us. We'll start by keeping the ball of the foot on the earth. Press again to the palms, lift your sternum, chin is off the chest, so there's energy from tailbone through crown. Breathing in here to float your right toes, so the right leg is hovering right in line with the hip. As we exhale, we're going to gently swing the leg over to the left, so the right toes tap the left corner of the mat, and then we'll bring it back through center. Again, inhale, breath, send the toes down. Maybe you gaze over your shoulder, see your toe. And then exhale, bring it back. Again, swing it across. Bring it back. Staying nice and steady through your foundation. We'll do that one more time. And the next time that those toes do come down to the left, we're going to hold here for a moment. Gently press your heel back towards the earth so you create this glorious stretch through the left leg, or the right leg rather, and the right hand, the right side body. Breathing there. Keep pressing the heel back. Feel the calf activating. And befriending your breath. And we'll come back through center. Inhale. And then sweep your right foot in between your hands. We're going to find this Anjaneyasana low lunge. This is a great place for blocks if you have them, bringing the earth a little closer to you if necessary. We're going to take a moment to just make sure that the weight is nice and even. We're planted through that front foot, knee tracking over the ankle. So loop your shoulders back, and you might stay here, gently pulling your belly off your thigh. Or you can explore bringing the hands to the top of the thigh. Soften your shoulders. Feeling good here. Nice length through that tailbone, maybe the arms. Frame your beautiful smiling face. And you take a breath in and exhale, invite your hips to maybe descend a little closer to the earth. Feeling that beautiful stretch along the psoas of the left leg, that hip flexor. Let's breathe into that for a few more cycles. Moving here, friends, to a twist. Go ahead and allow that left hand to reach towards the inside edge of the right foot. Pull your belly in. Keep pressing your inner thigh of the right leg into your belly button as you rotate through the spine. So think through the mid-spine. Right fingertips towards the sky. And again, root it to the earth. So stay engaged here again by pressing into all four corners of that right foot. Lengthening through your tailbone, reaching long through your crown, and find this softness through your shoulders. Deep breath in. And then slowly here as we exhale, we'll let the hand come down to frame the right toes. Curl your back toes under, hover your left leg. Finding this lunge position. Take a breath in. Can you loop your shoulders? Tent your fingertips to the earth. And then exhale, plant the palms. We're going to find a downward facing dog. So send your right leg back behind you. Right toes land next to your left, there's space. And as you find this downward facing dog, what feels good here? You might begin to bend the knees, alternately pressing, feeling your heels sink towards the earth. Maybe a little swivel of the hips, maybe a little shake out of the head. Again, my friends, what feels right? Let this practice nourish you one breath at a time, one movement at a time. And then we'll pause back through center, inhale, and then exhale. Let us rock ourselves forward to a plank position. So shoulders are going to come over the wrists. Take a moment to feel a little heat activation in our core as the balls of the feet, the toes press down, the palms press. Again, those fingers are spread wide like rays of the sun. And we find breath. We find fullness in this steady, strong, powerful plank position. Exhale, let your knees tap down towards the earth, and then slowly press into a child's pose. Let your heart melt. Deep inhale. Exhaling. And let's bring it back to our tabletop from here. So the shoulders again will line over the wrist, knees in line with the hips, and we'll go with our left leg. So the left leg will extend back behind you. Keep your hips nice and even. The ball of the foot stays connected to start, and just feel that length here. Actively draw your floating ribs in toward each other. Press the palms into the earth. And then with breath, begin to float your left leg. Feel the leg lifting from the glute. Feel the hamstring. So there's actively engaging through your heel. And then we'll start to move here. So we'll send that left leg across the body to the right. Tap the toes down. Maybe gaze over your shoulder. And then come back through center. One breath, one movement. And this could be at whatever pace you're working, right? Our breath has its own unique rhythm moment to moment. So we're building awareness of the body, of our breath, and seeking to find capacity to be full and efficient with the breath as the body moves. And this time we'll let those toes come over to the right. We'll hold here and then gently press back through your left heel. Press the palms into the earth. Tone your belly, chin off chest. Where do you feel stretch here? Can you sink a little deeper into sensation? Perfect. And we'll let that go. Bring it back through center, and we'll float the right foot, or left foot rather, and bring it forward in between those hands. Send your toes towards the top of the mat. Allow those hips to sink. See what feels good, maybe a little motion. As I settle into postures, I think it's always nice to just kind of wiggle a bit, see what's there. As you arrive, you can choose to keep the hands on blocks. You can bring the hands to the top of the thigh, soften those shoulders. And if you want to harness that power of the earth, of the breath, to bring those arms overhead, you go for it. Spread those fingers wide. Feel the currents of energy moving through as you sink a little deeper. Gently lifting through your low belly, guiding your tailbone down. So even as we release down, or we find this downward moving energy, or as the yogis call it, the apana, there's still this uplift, right? So we ground to lift. One more breath. And we'll release here into that twist. So we'll allow the right hand to come to the inside of our left leg. Gently pull your belly in, spin your chest open towards the sky as that left arm reaches to the sky. Again, there's energy through the fingers, there's softening through your shoulders, and we're engaged through that left foot. So press down evenly. Think about hugging your left inner thigh in towards your belly button. Full breath. And then exhale again, friends. We'll let that go. As the hands come to frame your left foot, take a moment to tone your belly. We'll lift the back leg. So curl those right toes, hover your right leg, stay here in this lunge. Lift your belly here and see if you can press into your front foot to hover your chest, hover your fingertips. Just for a moment, feel the power in the leg. This left femur bone, if you were the muscle, the quadricep. We'll bring the hands down now and we'll find our plank once again. Legs strong, tailbone reaching long, abs in, deep breaths. Here, just feeling power and presence. What are you grounding into? What ways can you settle as we embrace strength? And then exhale, let your knees come down. This time we're going to lower all the way down to our belly to find Cobra Pose. Fingertips line back towards your ribcage, elbows hug in towards side body. Press through your pubic bone as you reach your heart forward. Take a breath in. Exhale, stay. Maintaining length through the back of the neck. Press through the tops of your feet. And then press into the palms here, and we're going to go back into that child's pose. Let it go. Beautiful. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. So as we pause here for this moment of stillness, just notice how you feel, what ways you feel settled, what ways you feel more present, perhaps connected, and more in relationship with your body. And we'll end, my friends, with one more twist. So we'll lift up slightly through your upper arm bones, release your right hand, and we'll thread our right arm underneath our left. As you reach your right fingertips over to the left corner of the mat, gently guide your right shoulder and your right ear down, reaching your left fingertips forward. Deep breath in and out. So noticing how all the energies that might have been swirling are now softly resting, yielding to gravity, cradled and held by the support of the earth. And then let's switch this out with the opposite side. So as you free your right arm, extending it forward, we'll go ahead and take that same movement with the left. So thread your left arm underneath your right, palm towards the sky as you gently fold forward, coming to rest on the left shoulder and the left ear. Notice your belly, and can you feel your hips reach back a little bit more? Being with the sensations. Knowing that when we make space for grounding, for rooting, it's that planting of that idea of stretching our roots down into the support of the earth that can help us to weather any storms that arise, anything that feels like it's taking us off center. Right? We can come back to our breath, back to that which grounds us, back to this support that's within us all when we take time to slow down. And then we'll release, so gently freeing, extending your left arm, and just come to rest here in a child's pose. If there's any other position you'd like to come into for our final rest, you can make your way there now. Option to maybe come to your back or legs up the wall if you have that. But finding a place for support, finding a place to be at ease, to rest in this immense presence that you've cultivated through this practice of being with breath, being with body, and releasing and grounding to the support of Gaia, this earth. So let's take a deep breath in together, and then exhale, let it go with a sigh. One more time, wherever you're resting, deep breath in, and let it go. I hope that practice left you feeling grounded, rooted, and ready to move on with the rest of your day. Again, my name is Pilin Anice, and you can find information to connect with me below. And this has been the Trainer of the Month Club with Well+Good. Please subscribe for more wonderful yoga practices that'll help you feel supported as you move through your life. Thanks so much for joining. Until next time, peace.